Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. Today, thanks to SNK and them being very generous and letting me preview Kenshiro, we're going to be talking about the Fist of the North Star himself. He's a really crazy character, can do a lot of very crazy and unique things that only he gets to do, and he gets to say some fun things like Hokuto, So now let's talk about Kenshiro. So Kenshiro is pretty okay in my reckoning. I always try not to make tier list assumptions early on because, like, you know, with Robert felt pretty strong, and Lord knows he wound up being pretty strong, Mr. Karate, right? Kenshiro, he doesn't have like a traditional projectile or anything like that, so he can't zone you out. He's definitely got a lot of tricks that are very much uniquely him, though. Including mechanics that nobody else in the game has. So we're going to be talking a lot about his strengths. So just to mention some weaknesses, his normals are merely okay. Like his stand heavy kick got some good range, fairly quick for what it is. But other than that, like they're just all right. Like there's nothing much to talk about. The only one thing to mention besides the really big one is he does have a double hitting air string, so he can double overhead people, but it only works off full jumps. It does not work off a hop, FYI. But let's talk a big just game plan thing for Kenshiro. Like we're going to get into all the special moves, we're going to get all the crazy stuff he can do, but just something really basic but huge. So we all know feints, right? They're really strong for combos and pressure because, like, that's how I can link a heavy into a heavy and get, like, a lot of the combo structure, right? So he's got one feint that is the startup of his lightning legs here. Another one, that's the startup of his overhead. And that's gigantic. In the preview process, I've seen some confusion about this on Twitter. So in the game, feints are rarely used as actual feints. Like, they're there just mostly for combo, maybe to fake a fireball. This is a feint that will give you actual 50-50s. So for one, his overhead is in the higher class of overhead, meaning he will get full combos off it just by itself. So he can tap someone with an overhead, and he's gonna get some damage, like depending on how much meter you want to spend. So it's already one of the better kinds of overheads, doesn't need counter hit or whatever. But this feint actually works as a feint because it's the exact same startup as the overhead. You don't get to know, so since it's on the edge of reactability anyways, you can just go for the feint, make them stand block, and then immediately go low. And that's really huge because, like, one, you know, damage is damage, you want to get people out, but he has multiple mechanics that are very tailor-made that if he can just open you up one little bit, he's gonna tear you in half. So here's the big one. This is pretty much all of his enhanced moves. And we'll go over the moves in a minute here. But all of his enhanced moves, you can see here that little sparkly effect. So if he hits you with an enhanced special, no matter what it is, he'll add the little sparkly effect. And then once this is live, the next rev blow or enhanced special will detonate it. And then you can get combos after the fact. And certain moves and specials get new properties when that stun state is live. Like, say his kick super, light kick, does damage and it applies the debuff. But if the debuff is already live, and it doesn't matter how or why it's live, as long as it's already live, the level 1 super debuff, now it doesn't apply the debuff, you wake up dizzy, and he gets a guaranteed combo on you. So this is just an example basic combo. This is not flashy, has a detonator, and I'll leave you with the debuff live, right? So you're going to wake up with it live. And say you wake up with the debuff, right? I'm going to walk up to you, fake the overhead. You just stood blocked it because you have the debuff live. This now causes a guaranteed stun. And we're going to take you to the cleaners. Like, you cannot wake up with that debuff. As long as I have one bar and made you just stand to block the overhead because you saw the start of the animation, because you cannot tell the difference. It's the same startup regardless, right? And the fact that he gets combos off the overhead anyways, because again, say that debuff is live, overhead, same combo, you're going to wake up with stun, I get to do whatever I want. So his 50-50 game, just off the base But the fact that he has a feint that's an actual feint is insane. It's the best in the game. It has to be the best in the game, especially because if you have the debuff, which any EX move will apply immediately, the only caveat is end the combo with an EX move. And if longer combos go, like it'll detonate, reapply, the longer the combo goes. Like it's just something no one else can really do, and I think that's really, really cool. Okay, so Kenshiro has a nasty overhead game thanks to just the myriad of things he can do. The fact that he can apply this special sparkle stun state, and then there's the fact that he has super moves that abuse exactly that. But now let's go over the move list, right? So yes, he has the traditional uppercut, if you will. The Hokuto soaring split kick, because he has the part where he'll do like the uppercut, and then part where he does the big split kick, right? Like just straight out of the anime, straight out of the manga. And yes, so unlike some of the other DLC characters of recent times, this is just the light punch version. It's just invincible startup, right? So he has very strong defense because he always has a meterless invincible reversal to work with. The heavy version does more damage and is breakable, so you can go into whatever combos, and surely too, the enhanced version also breakable. The enhanced version, though, just like all EXs, applies that stun state, so then you can cash out and either get a dizzy if you use a super move, or since it's applying debuff, you can use other EX moves, get the cash out, and then get more juggles after the fact, right? Like however you want to do it. It's fairly workmanlike, I guess. It's not like outstanding, although it's just a great tool for anyone in the game to have. And yes, the heavy version might not be full invincible, but it is anti-air invincible. So you can use it to break an anti-air and then get combos after the fact. Also, his dodge attack, very good in the same way. Got a very strong angle. So you can just kind of go for some shenanigans and get some stronger combos off your anti-airs. And generally, he's just very proficient at it. Okay, so that's something a little normal. Let's get something a little weird. So this is quarter circle forward punch. And you got this guy here where he'll take a little bit of a blue stance. And this is a legitimate left-right mix-up. It depends on which button you press, if it's going to be a cross-up or not. If you do hit, you are very slightly advantaged. And scarily enough here, this move is barely negative on block. Even the cross-up version, you'd think the cross-up version would at least get a jab punish. No. You just got to be guessing for your life against Kenshiro. So, unlike Mr. Karate, yeah, he doesn't got the zoning or whatever. He doesn't have those credentials. But once he gets in, like, okay, we already talked about, like, hey, very strong high-low game because guess overhead or guess feint into low. And then you also got to be guessing left-right constantly. So this is very strong. He's just a mix-up monster. And again, at -2, the consequence of getting blocked is very low, especially because he has the meterless reversal on demand. So if they feel they're going to press a button, you can just smash your way out. And the enhanced version applies the debuff. So it's more scary, I guess, when they already have it. Because then once they already have it, it'll become a launcher. It's not a big launcher, but it's launcher enough to get at bare minimum like small combos. Or launcher enough to know if it hits, you can just rev cancel your next move. And then you can start getting some really fancy stuff going on. And yes, it also helps too that his rev blows will detonate the debuff as well and give them new properties. So basically, against Kenshiro, guess for your life when it comes to left-right mix. Also, if it does hit as a counter hit, when you see like that glass break effect, you get a lot more extra frames, and then you're +6, which means now you can also get follow-ups. So say you caught him mashing, at bare minimum, you get a jab and get like lightning legs after, and like, that's okay damage off what is basically nothing, right? And of course, more resources, more damage. So Kenshiro is just a big guess for your life character. And again, if it's blocked, who cares? -2, at worst, you lost your turn, and you got the tools to be belligerent and try to take your turn back. Also, this move, the Finger Snap of Emptiness, which I missed the name, sorry about that. But if this doesn't seem good enough already, is breakable. So like while they're screaming like, oh my god, guess left, right, and you go like, no, break, and then go for a throw. Like, so there's a lot of like advantage to this and a lot of craziness to this. This is just a crazy mix-up move. Next up, we got the Hokuto 100 Kick Rush. Pretty much as it's advertised. So much so, like just the animation makes me want to hit forward, back, forward kick, like Robert's old kicks. But the light version specifically is kind of want to be one of your go-tos as You can hit them off lights, leave them standing. The heavier version, good. The enhanced version applies the debuff like we talked about. The one thing to note here though, these are breakable. So say the heavy version, right? It does decent chip, but on block, -10, you're eating something. But if you break it, -2, you're fine. Enhanced version, same deal. Great chip, -8. But if you want to break it early, -2. So if you're just looking for a way out of a block string at minimum, you can just do like the heavier enhanced version and break it, then you're good to go. The light version though, that's always going to be -5. That one cannot be broken, so just keep that in mind. But combo filler, combo fodder, like whatever you want to refer to it as, like it's one of your go-tos. It's pretty important, and it's just going to be a big part of your combo structure. So you're going to have to learn how to use it and love it. Next up is Celestial Destruction. This is when he charges ki through his fingertips and can kind of explode them out at you. Although in the context of the game, it's basically like a melee attack. Now this is really interesting because it's plus on block. So the light version, it's the faster too, it's only -3, like it's whatever. The heavier version, you notice, okay, there's more startup, but you can see here, +2. So if you're just doing like strings and you get blocked, just go into this, and if they're passive, okay, it's your turn again, they just got a deal. Which is great just for stealing turns and just doing pressure. If you can sneak this in, they block, like it's decent enough chip, it's your turn, and it's great. But, this is a multi-hitting move for the enhanced and heavy version, not the light version, right? So if it hits, you can then get a follow-up. So if the first hit, like nothing, okay, keep going. So I now have set to random block. I do not know if the enemy's gonna block or not. And I can catch this randomly. So if it's blocked, then I just get the pressure. If it hits, I go for the follow-up. Okay, so here we go. Nothing. 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 You gotta give me something to work with here. Come on. Nothing. Nothing. There. Got that. See, it's hit confirmable is what I'm trying to say, right? So you can hit confirm it. It's a little tight. Like, you're going to want to practice this. I spent like 5 minutes practicing this myself, but it's very hit confirmable. So if you get the block, cool. You got plus frames, pressure them. If you get the hit, do the follow-up, get your damage. And to note here, the enhanced version is also plus on block. And then you can also do the follow-ups as well with the enhanced version if you want. These follow-ups, by the way, are not plus on block, so you absolutely do have to hit confirm them. Although the enhanced version has the benefit that you can just like rev cancel into whatever, right? So there is that. But yeah, just good move and it's good combo fodder. And again, plus frames, always welcome. When it comes to his rev blows, they're mostly standard. The air rev blow is good because it will move forward even after a jump words back, so can catch people. But yeah, they both apply and they both detonate the debuff. So if you happen to have the debuff live, like rev blows are always good, right? But then all of a sudden you can get way more damage than you normally should, making them all more valuable, all thanks to Kenshiro's mechanics. And then we got the supers, the 1,000 Hand Crushing Fist and the Fist of Penitence. So the Punch Super, this is kind of like your go-to damage super. It just does more damage. If you want to go for like the Red Line level 2 version, you can see here, you get a little cinematic because you're punching so fast it can be perceived in all hits all at once. Good damage. But they're not invincible. The kick supers are invincible. So you can see here, the base kick super will apply the debuff. And if the debuff is already live, then the kick super, the level 1 version, just will give you the stun. And then you can get whatever combo. And the level 2 version, regardless of the debuff, will also always stun. And again, this is invincible. So if you're looking for like the maximum cash out on mashing, this is kind of it. Because like you get the damage, and then you're going to get the combo after the fact. And you're going to do, you could argue, way too much damage off a Wake Up Super, right? Like, this sort of works out. But, go back to the Punch Super. So the Punch Super also sort of has that property. If the debuff is live, you can also get a stun off of it. And the Red Line as well, if the debuff is live, you go for the level 2. Then after the big cinematic, they are going to wake up stunned. So something to keep in mind. You see here, they're stunned, you get a full combo. Also, if the opponent happens to be airborne for whatever reason and the buff is live, like say here, Rev Blow, apply the buff, or rather the debuff, then we can still get more juggles. It'll just re-juggle the enemy, right? So both these care about, do they have the buff, or like say Light Kick 2 applies the buff. As talked about earlier too, like especially the kick version, works great off normals. So I can just go for a quick hit confirm, and then you're dead. Like, it's game over. I just got whatever combo I want. These are very powerful super moves, to say the least. And then there is the big hidden gear, right? So everyone needs a big flashy super. Now, there is something different about Kenshiro's. At the very start of the video, you saw it. His actually changes a substantial amount if it's the kill or not. So if it's not the kill, get the animation you saw. If it is the kill, though, then we do something a little different here. His shirt just bursts right off, and we go into the same animation. And the thing about Fist of the North Star is it's a little deadly. So while we're not going to have like outright blood and decapitation like Mortal Kombat or whatever, the cinematic certainly makes it appear that people may have exploded a little bit. And I think for, a guest character, you need to be extra cinematic. I think that's actually kind of lovely. I think that's really cool. Like, the context is still the same as it's ever been, right? Like, hey, this is your very fast startup, super high damage move like it is for all the rest of the cast, but it's just cool. I like it. But yeah, so that's sort of Kenshiro in a nutshell. Obviously, I'm sure you noticed by now, comes with his own stage. He is a run character, by the way. And I do love, you can see here, got the little MVS cabinets in the background, the Neo Geo cabs. I think it's a cool little touch, as those things will survive the wasteland. Now, as far as like tiers stuff go, we'll see. I don't think he's strong as Mr. Karate. Mr. Karate came out and he warped the game immediately. I think he's pretty strong. Like, I think his damage is very easy, very accessible. I think the threat of the debuff will be very real, because then it can turn just, fake overhead into quick hit confirm, maybe a super if you want to cash out, get the dizzy, get full combos. He can do a lot of stuff, but we'll see how it shakes out in the end. But all in all, though, I think he's a well-designed character at a minimum. He's a very fun character. If you like rushdown, mix-up, and pressure, this guy is great at it, and you'll have a blast. But that said, my friends, that's a bit of a preview, a bit of an overview of Kenshiro. Thank you again to SNK for letting me have a little bit of a sneak peek, a bit of an advanced look at the character to share with all y'all. So if you enjoyed it, hey, hit the like button. It helps out a lot. But otherwise, my friends, that's it for me, and that's it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Fatal Fury.